run it. Yeah.
Well, Jorge, the games are coming thick and fast at the moment. How are you feeling? Are you feeling pretty fresh? Are you glad to have a week where we've had no midweek fixtures?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, over Christmas, you know that it's going to be quite brutal. We had sort of 4 games within a short space of time, and then this week we've had sort of time, especially today, we'll get a lot of time on the training ground to work on the next 3 games coming up.
For you, last game and a half, you've moved to the central midfield position.
Yep.
Is that somewhere you see your future rather than as a wide player?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Depends on the gaffer, really. But no, I've enjoyed being in the middle, especially second half at Peterborough. First half at Sunderland we weren't really good enough, so. But second half was also better again, so it's been enjoyable. Always like going into the middle, so yeah.
The manager says he feels like you're learning that position each game you play, that you're developing as a player. Do you feel that as well? Do you feel it's a real learning experience every time you play in central midfield?
Yeah, definitely, because it's a different position. Obviously, the more positions I play, the more I'm going to learn about the game. So definitely think that I'm learning more, and yeah, I agree with him there. Yeah.
How do you adapt your game compared to when you play out wide to when you're in central midfield?
I think sometimes wide you've got to be accepting of if the ball doesn't come out your way, then you've just got to do whatever for the team, even if you're not sort of getting on the ball. Whereas in the middle, you're always on it. You're always in the middle. It's always in the middle of the pitch, and you're moving right, you're moving left, you're checking your shoulders, sort of thing. So I think sometimes you can lose concentration on the left or on the right, whereas in the middle you can't afford to do that. So I think definitely it's making me be more concentrated, especially throughout the game.
Now, the free kick you scored the other week here against Peterborough United, does that mean you're on free kick duty for a while now? Have you got the nod for that?
Well, yeah, I think a few of the lads were onto me a bit, because I've had a few that have hit the wall and gone over, so I sort of needed one to sort of back them off a little bit. But I know my quality, and I practice every week, and I'm always out there, so practice makes perfect. So.
I was going to say, how much practice do you put in? Are you one of those players who, after training finishes, you're on the training ground constantly putting in free kicks?
It's not always free kicks, to be fair. I always like to go out and sort of practice any sort of thing that's going to help me in a game, depending on our week and how much we can do, and sort of the physios and the sports scientists let us do. I always try and get out sort of once or twice a week after training and just practice on either 3 free kicks, crossing, corners, finishing, that sort of thing.
And do you rely on the plastic men, or do you get some of your teammates involved to make a wall?
No, to be fair, I don't make them stand in front, because sometimes I'm hitting them. So no, I just use the mannequins, and there's normally like me, Painey, sometimes Ty's out there as well. So yeah, we're always out there practicing.
Lovely, thank you, mate.
No worries.
George, what are you expecting from Shrewsbury at the weekend?
Well, I thought the home game was quite tight, actually, especially when they play 3 at the back. But sometimes it was more of a 5 than it was a 3, and they sort of tried to break from that. They're a good passing team. I think we're going to obviously watch a bit more on them today and tomorrow. So yeah, I think it'll be a tough game, but hopefully we can sort of improve the away form and get a win.
In terms of your position playing in the middle of that wide, are you ready to perhaps being switched from one to the other? Because maybe the manager might, horses for courses, might switch you depending on the game. Yeah,
I think so. I think probably he might look at each game differently and see where I might be best. Obviously it's down to him at the end of the day. I just do whatever job he wants me to do. So I'm happy if he puts me in the middle or on the left. Yeah.
How are the lads after Saturday? Did you get it out of your system quite quickly?
I think sometimes like you've got to sort of forget those and just we learn from it. You know what I mean? We always learn from mistakes and sort of individual errors and stuff like that, and I think we could have all improved in that sort of. There was a 15-minute spell where we was just miles off it and not good enough, and just let them do whatever they wanted to do. So we can't let that happen again, and just learn from it. We've been in the video meeting learning, and we'll be ready for the next game and make sure that those sort of things don't happen again.
Brilliant, thanks George.
No worries.
Cheers, Bob.
No worries.
Cheers.